In 1 million years, this is what's left of humanity. What you're about to see will challenge everything you think you know about our species. The being you're glimpsing is the end result of a journey where biology and technology fuse into something new. Maybe something that isn't human at all. And no, this isn't just science fiction. It's a thought experiment, but one that's grounded in real principles of evolution and technology. To figure out where we're going, we first have to understand where we've been. 1 million years ago, our planet was home to several different human-like species, but Homo sapiens wasn't one of them. Our direct ancestors at the time were likely Homo erectus. They were master toolmakers, starting to spread across the globe. Over vast stretches of time, our lineage evolved. Our brains got bigger, our faces flatter, and we developed the incredible capacity for language, art, and complex culture. This didn't happen by accident. It was all driven by a changing planet, epic migrations, and the endless dance of natural selection. The evidence is clear. The traits we all share today came from ape-like ancestors over a period of about 6 million years. It was an incredibly slow process, a story written in stone and bone. But the next 1 million years, they're going to be different. The slow, grinding pace of natural evolution is about to get hijacked by something much, much faster: our own intelligence. The changes that once took millennia might soon take just a few centuries, or even decades. The future of humanity won't be shaped by nature alone, but by us. Let's start with a small step: the next 1,000 years. Humans from this era will probably look pretty familiar, but the first seeds of huge change will have already been planted. As global populations continue to mix, we'll likely see a grand averaging of human features, making us more genetically similar. Some projections suggest that certain traits, like darker skin tones, might become more common as populations in those regions grow. But global migration and mixing make any single prediction pretty uncertain. The biggest changes, though, won't be on the surface. They'll be just underneath it. We're about to see a wave of body augmentation that will make us smarter, stronger, and more capable. This is the dawn of practical transhumanism, the idea of enhancing the human condition with tech. Human-computer interfaces will become normal. What starts as smart contact lenses could evolve into permanent eye implants, giving us vision beyond the normal spectrum. Imagine seeing in infrared or having augmented reality layered directly onto your world. Our brains might even connect to the cloud, letting us access information as easily as thinking a thought. These won't just be tools, they'll become part of our bodies, blurring the line between human and machine. And then there's genetic engineering. Technologies like CRISPR will shift from just treating diseases to offering enhancements. Now, editing our genes in a way that gets passed down is a huge ethical minefield and is banned in dozens of countries. But some futurists wonder if that will change. Could it one day be seen as unethical not to fix a gene that causes a terrible disease? This opens the door to parents potentially choosing traits for their kids, a concept that raises massive moral questions today, but could become a societal norm down the line. By the time we hit 10,000 years from now, these changes will be obvious. Humans will have two evolutionary tracks running at the same time: the old, slow, natural one, and a new, lightning-fast technological one. We'll be a species in transition, no longer purely biological, but not yet fully machine. All right, let's take a giant leap forward, 100,000 years in the future. At this point, Earth might not be our only home. We could be an interplanetary species, with colonies on the Moon and Mars. And this is where our evolution could really get weird. Life on Mars would introduce powerful new evolutionary pressures. The red planet's gravity is only about a third of Earth's, and its thin atmosphere offers almost no protection from solar radiation. Over thousands of generations, humans born on Mars could start to look dramatically different. Lower gravity might cause them to grow taller and thinner, with longer limbs. The trade-off? Their bones and muscles would likely be much weaker, making a trip to Earth a dangerous, bone-crushing experience. To deal with all that radiation, natural selection, or more likely genetic engineering, could favor new traits. Some have speculated that Martian colonists might even develop skin with different pigments for UV protection, maybe even giving them a slightly different hue. Their eyes might get larger to capture more light in the dimmer Martian environment. The intense radiation could also crank up the mutation rate, potentially speeding up evolutionary changes. Back on Earth, we'd be facing our own challenges. Climate change and our ever deeper integration with technology would continue to shape us. If the planet gets more crowded, we might even evolve to be smaller, needing less energy to survive. By the 500,000-year mark, tech and biology would be almost the same thing. Advanced genetic engineering would be as common as taking antibiotics. People could design their own bodies, changing their appearance as easily as we change our clothes. The very idea of a single human form would be ancient history. We'd be a species of 1,000 forms, built for 1,000 different worlds. The human of this era would be a true cyborg, a seamless blend of flesh and circuitry. Thinking about all this brings up some huge questions about what it even means to be human. If you think the mix of biology, technology, and our future is fascinating, you should check out CuriosityStream. They have a massive library of documentaries on genetics, space, and AI, all without ads. It's the perfect place to keep exploring these ideas. There's a link in the description. When you sign up, you get access to thousands of shows and you directly help support this channel. And now, our final destination, 1 million years from today. After all that time, would you even recognize a human? According to most futurists, the answer is a hard no. We'd likely be what's called a posthuman species. The word human would be a quaint, historical term. So what could we become? There are a few mind-bending possibilities. One path is to ditch our fragile, organic bodies altogether. Using total mastery of genetics and nanotechnology, our descendants could build something far more resilient. Imagine beings who can direct their own evolution, fix any injury instantly, and maybe even beat aging itself. They might be swarms of nanobots, able to change their shape and function whenever they want. An even wilder idea is the jump to a purely digital existence, a process called mind uploading. You'd transfer your entire consciousness, memories, personality, everything, from your brain into a computer. In this form, you'd basically be immortal. A digital mind could explore virtual universes, travel between planets at the speed of light, or even merge with AIs to form a new superintelligence. Of course, that brings up a fun philosophical question. Is that digital copy really you? This could lead to the ultimate evolutionary step, a hive mind. Individual identities might fade as digital minds connect, share every thought and experience, and merge into one enormous consciousness spanning entire galaxies. And finally, there's the most far-out possibility of all. We might evolve beyond matter and energy entirely. This is pure science fiction territory, but it's fun to imagine. Our distant descendants could become beings of pure consciousness, able to manipulate space-time itself. They wouldn't need planets or stars. They would be cosmic beings, as different from us as we are from the first single-celled life on Earth. So, what will humans look like in 1 million years? The answer isn't one thing. It's everything. We might be tall, large-eyed Martians. We might be genetically perfected Earth dwellers. We could be shape-shifting cyborgs, immortal digital minds, or even godlike energy beings. The only thing we know for sure is that we won't look like we do now. The journey from our ancient ancestors to us was a story of chance and survival. The journey into our future will be a story of choice and design. We are standing at a wild moment in history where we are finally gaining the power to steer our own evolution. The tools we're building today, AI, CRISPR, brain-computer interfaces, are the chisels that will carve the humans of tomorrow. The future isn't just something that happens to us. It's something we will build. And that leaves us with one last big question. What kind of ancestors do we want to be? Let me know what you think in the comments. What's the most likely future for us? And if you enjoyed this trip through time, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss our next jump into the great unknown.